Hi, welcome to the third episode of Cambridge Vocabulary for IELTS Intermediate. Today we are going to focus on compound nouns, and we will learn different types of compound nouns. Of course, first the definition of compound nouns and then the different types of them. Then we will see some usual compound nouns, typical compound nouns that are related to relationships and families. And then we will have some practices. Okay, let's just go to the file in order to explain. So this episode, the third episode, is going to be about part 3 of Unit 1, parts 3.1 to 3.4. Okay, first of all, let's try to explain what compound nouns are. The first thing is, what are compound nouns? So compound nouns are formed when two or more words are joined together to create a new word that has an entirely new meaning. For example, you say something like a police car, okay? The word police is separately a word, and the word car is separately a word. But when you say a police car, joined together in the real world, they are speaking about one single thing, okay, a phenomenon. So that is a compound noun. When you join two parts of a speech, it's not always noun. We will see there are different types of them. When you join two words together to form one, like say one entity that mentions in the real world one single thing, that's a compound noun. Okay, look at this one. There are three types of compound nouns. The first type is called open or spaced compound nouns. The second type is hyphenated compound nouns. And the third one is closed or solid compound nouns. We will see one by one. Okay? First of all, we will study the spaced or open compound nouns. As I said, a police car. A spaced or open compound noun is one in which there is a space between the two words in which form the compound noun. Something like a cricket bat, or fast food, or flower shop. See? Cricket itself is a sport. Bat itself is an object. But when you say cricket bat, joined together, they mention one thing in the real world. So this is the rule that you should remember about compound nouns. Okay, the second type is hyphenated compound nouns. A hyphenated compound noun is one in which the two words are separated with the use of a hyphen. Okay, like what? Like byproduct, like mother-in-law, like passerby. You see, like by itself is a preposition. Product is a noun. Byproduct in the real world mentions something. Like, you know the meaning of byproduct. It's something that produces as a result of producing a product. For example, you want to produce woodwork, and that dust that is produced, that sawdust, we call it. The sawdust is the byproduct of the sawing process. Anyway, then the third type is closed or solid compound nouns. Okay, a closed or a solid compound noun is one in which the two words do not have any spaces or hyphens separating them. So they join together and they make one word, but you can see visibly that they are separated. They can be separated. Something like this. Sunflower, classroom, rainfall. You can see the word sun, and then you can see the word flower here, right? Sun and flower. There are two words, separate words, but joined together, they are speaking about one, just a form of flower, right? Anyway, that part is finished. But why are they important in IELTS? Why are compound nouns important? First of all, they're a natural part of language. Like IELTS exam is a language competency exam. And if you want to show that you can naturally use language in a natural environment, you should be able to use the components of natural language. So learning compound nouns will help you sound more natural. Okay? The examiner or the person who is listening to you will understand that you have a level of English that you are in a level of English that you can use like language in a natural way. That's what we can say. There's nothing else. And in different skills, you can use compound nouns. Like in reading, how do compound nouns help you? Knowing compound nouns will help you understand the reading better, the sentences better. In listening, knowing the compound nouns, again, will help you just understand what the listening is about. They will just give you better understanding in your receptive skills, in reading and listening. In your productive skills, okay, like speaking and writing, if you can place good compound nouns in good places, it will help you to increase your score. So try to learn compound nouns related to different topics. The compound nouns that we will learn in this unit, in this, let's say, episode, are just about families. But you can make a list of different compound nouns, or if you don't make a list, like when you read or you listen to something, try to highlight these things. Of course, highlight them in the reading and script out the listening. Then the second question that is frequently asked is, how can we learn them? First of all, you can learn them from direct resources. Okay, I'm speaking about some books that have made a list of these compound nouns. Like we can call them collocations, maybe. Some of them are collocations, some of them are compound nouns. So you can make a list of them and just see their list and learn them. But that's not that much useful in my idea. I think the reverse practice method is better. What do I mean by reverse practice? When you read the reading and you see a compound noun and you just see that you have seen it many times, that these two words happen together. So they are forming a compound noun in the real world. Just separately, they have different meanings, but joined together, they have another meaning. So in that way, you can highlight it and try to learn it in the context. Okay? That is reverse practice. Learn from the material, learn from the content. That's more important. So the first part is finished, of course. We haven't even started yet. We are going to the first part, 3.1. It's a very simple exercise. It says match the words in box A with the words in box B, these words and these words, to make 10 compound nouns. I have already made them for you, okay? I think there's nothing here. No, I'll just go to another one. We'll go to this one, 3.1. I have already mixed them and made you the compound nouns. We can say immediate family. Let me just go through the meaning of these words and then we'll just continue to study them. Okay, let me highlight them for you with a color that makes them visible. Does this one make them visible? Yeah, okay. Immediate family. What is the meaning of immediate family? Your immediate family is your mother, father, and your brother, your siblings, like that, brother, sister. Those are your immediate family. The close family. Immediate in this context means close, not something that happens suddenly. That's immediate. Family gathering is a kind of gathering that's family gathering. All of us have it. Like it's something like a reunion. Everybody comes, cousins and uncles, aunts, grandparents, if they're alive, they come and we meet each other. That's a family gathering. Some families have a tradition of having weekly family gatherings. Some have yearly family gatherings. Me and my siblings usually have a yearly, annual family gathering every year. When it gets to Nowruz, the Iranian traditional New Year, New Year ceremony, in Nowruz, we just have a family gathering. Everybody just gets together. Then what is stable upbringing? You need to know the meaning of upbringing, which is a very important word. Upbringing is the way that you have been brought up, like your parents raised you. That's upbringing, the way that you have been raised. If you had a stable upbringing, it means your upbringing was good. You didn't have any problems with your parents, with your siblings. You were not poor. You have been raised in a comfortable environment. So you have had a stable upbringing. The next one is family resemblance. What is family resemblance? When you have family resemblance, it means you look like someone in your family. So for example, I say I have some family resemblance to my brother. It means like I look like my brother. All of my brothers, we have resemblance. That's meaning of resemblance, being like each other. Okay? Then we have the word striking resemblance. A very, obvious resemblance or similarity. Let's say like this. A very obvious similarity. That's striking resemblance. You see, some people look exactly like the small version of their fathers. So we can say that they have a striking resemblance. Sorry. Let me just drink some water. Then we can continue to speak about extended family. Like your extended family, which... let me also write this one. I haven't seen this word in this nuclear family also. Look at this word too. Nuclear family, extended family. A nuclear family is a family that consists only a father, mother, and children. That's a nuclear family, a very small family. But an extended family, like when we are speaking about your extended family, it includes your parents, your own family, and your uncle, your aunt, like your grandparents, all of them are your extended family. Usually in the past, people had close ties, we will study this word today, like connections. You have closer ties with your nuclear family, not extended family. In the past, it used to be different, of course. We had closer tie with or close tie with all of our extended family members, but now nuclear family has become more important. So we said nuclear family is like a small family, and an extended family is like all of your family. That's it. What is sibling rivalry? Sibling rivalry is the fight or competition between siblings. Like you want to be better than your brother, your sister wants to be better than you want to outdo your brother. That's sibling rivalry. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's not serious. When you are young, sibling rivalry is like you want to have the same size room as your brother. When you are older, it can be a little bit more serious. Active role, when somebody has an active role, we usually say like that. When somebody has an active role in your life or active role in bringing you up, it means they have had an effective role. Here, active means effective, okay? Physical resemblance, we said meaning a resemblance. Resemblance is like similarity, being like. So when you have physical resemblance to someone, it means you physically look like that person. As I said, sometimes children have physical resemblance to their fathers or their mothers. Then what is maternal instinct? Maternal instinct. What is instinct? Instinct is your natural power. Like it's a natural intuition or natural guess, like a feeling that you have inside. You don't know why you have that feeling, but you have it. Like you are at the concert and a feeling inside tells you that something is wrong. That's your instinct. And some minutes later, something bad happens. That's your instinct. So maternal instinct is this natural power that mothers have that tells them their child is in danger or their child needs help, things like that. So in order to spice things up a little bit, I have made sentences with these things here. So I'll go through them quickly and then we will go to study the rest. So the first one is for immediate family. During the holidays, Sarah loves spending time with her immediate family, enjoying meals and creating memories together. Very simple example. Every summer we have a big reunion. Reunion is like a family gathering that you have after a long time. Every summer we have a big reunion where our extended family, including aunts, uncles, and cousins, all gathered at our grandparents' house. That's simple. Next one. During the family gathering, the atmosphere was filled with warmth and nostalgia as relatives shared stories from the past and celebrated their shared heritage. So if you want to learn something here, like atmosphere, like the condition, and then heritage, shared heritage. Your heritage is your background, like everything that you have had together. That's your heritage, okay? For example, when we are speaking about the heritage of a country or the historical sites that that country has. But here heritage is like the shared memories and everything that you have had. Their sibling rivalry was evident during the family game night as each tried to outdo the other in every challenge, turning the friendly competition into a fierce battle of wits, okay? Like, it's for sibling rivalry, but there are some words that you can learn here. One of them is outdo, that I used it earlier in my speaking. Outdo, it means do something better than others, okay? So I can outdo you, it means I can do it better than you. Then a fierce battle. Fierce is like something angry, something like bloody, that's fierce. And wits is like the skill of, what should we say? It's a skill, some skill of talking. That's wits, okay? Now, thanks to her stable upbringing, she developed a strong sense of self-confidence and resilience, which helped her navigate the challenges of adulthood with ease. Very good example, like we have the word resilience here. What is resilience? It's like being tough and being flexible in different conditions. Navigate the challenges. It's a good expression that you can learn. When you navigate the challenges, it means like you know your way around the challenges. You can solve them easily. Then, next one. She took an active role in the community project, organizing events and coordinating volunteers to ensure its success. This one is easy. Next one, with the family resemblance. The strong family resemblance between the siblings was unmistakable, with their similar facial features and expressions often causing people to mistake them for twins. It's easy, like, unmistakable, something that it's like it's sure, it's definite. You never just what you say confuse them with each other. And facial feature, like the characteristics that your face has, like the way that my mouth is, the way that my eyes are placed, that's my facial feature. That's nothing. It's easy. Next one. It says the physical resemblance between the father and son was so strong that people often commented on how they looked like mirror images of each other. It's a good example. Like mirror images. Here the word mirror images, it means like exact, similar. Mirror is used as an adjective here. It's like similar to each other. Then we get to the striking resemblance. The striking resemblance between the two paintings made it difficult for the art critics to determine which one was the original and which was the replica. It's easy, like replica is a copy of something. I think that's the only thing that we can mention here. There's nothing else that an IELTS, student doesn't know. Next one. Her maternal instinct kicked in immediately when she saw the child in distress, prompting her to offer comfort and support without hesitation. Yeah, this is a good example, but there are many words here like kick in. Her maternal instinct kicked in. When something kicks in, it means it suddenly rushes in. It just suddenly comes in. Immediately when she saw the child in distress, like somebody is in distress or see somebody in distress, like in trouble that is putting pressure on you or pressing you. Prompt means like force or motivate. That's prompt. And without hesitation, without wasting time, without like stopping to do something. So we said it. We did this part. We did the first part. So the first part is out of the way. Now we can continue to 3.2. It says, think about your answers to these questions. Okay. We have the questions. Then listen to a student's answer and tick the phrases you hear in 3.1. So let's go to the part and do it. It's in 3.2. This part is a little bit longer, so be a little bit patient, okay? The first thing says, answer the questions. So it says, tell me about your family. In IELTS exam, in the speaking section, you might get a question like this. I know if your English level is good, you can just start talking in a natural way, okay? But what I'm going to tell you today is for the students who think they need a structure to speak. And it's good. It's good if your English level is not that much good or you don't trust yourself that you can pull this out. So use a structure like this, okay? I have designed something here. This is my own idea. So, it's not the best method, but this is something that will help you organize your ideas in your mind, okay? Start like this. When you get a question similar to this, tell me about your family, okay? First, start to speak about the size of your family, okay? Something like, I come from a small family, I come from a nuclear family, I come from an extended family, I come from a very big family, or you can start by saying that in my country, usually families are very small, so I also come from a very small and nuclear family. You can just start by saying something like that. Then speak about the members. There's a B here. There should be a B here. Members. Speak about the members. Like, okay, you said that I come from a very small family. It is just me, my father, my mother, and my younger sister. Speak about your younger sister a little bit. Okay? She has a striking resemblance to my mother. Just say something like that. Speak about one of the members, or if it's a larger family, it's a bigger family, you can speak about 2 or 3 of the members and just add something about each of them. After that, it's time to continue to speak about the quality of relationships. Okay, speak about the quality of relationships. Say something like, we are a very close-knit family. We will study the word close-knit today. Or just you can tell them that we always try to spend time together on the weekends. Or you can just say the opposite. Like if you don't have a close-knit relationship or you are not very good with each other, you can say that we live separated from each other and each of us are living in our own world and we don't make that much connection in the family. We're just living in the same place. Something like that. Like they will not judge you on the things that you say. The structure and the way that you talk is more important. Then tell something specific about your family. Just generally, you can tell them the way that you enjoy spending time together. Something like that, okay? So bear this in mind, bear this structure in mind, or you can even stop now, take notes, and try to answer this question. That's what you can do, right? Then we move to the second question. Who are you most similar to in your family? In order to answer this question, I don't say that you will definitely get this question, but throughout this course, I will analyze questions like this and I will give you structures. And you will see that most of them have different resemblances, similarities to each other. So you can use them interchangeably, okay? In order to answer this, who are you most similar to in your family? So start by saying something general. What do I mean by saying something general? Something general that is related to the topic, okay? Something like, I don't think I have a specific similarity or resemblance with any of my family members. You can say something like that. Or you can go with like, different people tell me that I have resemblance, I have physical resemblance to all the members of my family and all of my family look like each other. Something general like that, okay? In general. Then give the specific answer. Just tell them who you are most similar to. After you said, okay, I don't think I have a specific physical resemblance or just any kind of resemblance to any of the members of my family, but some people keep telling me that I have some behavioral resemblance, or simply just change it in a simple way. Just you say that I have the same behavior as my father. Okay? Then explain why. Okay, give the reason for that. Why do you think that your behavior is similar to your father? Okay, you have the same sort of behavioral characteristics. So explain that. You can say something like, my father has been stubborn all through his life and he has refused different opportunities in points in his life that could have completely changed his life. And I think I'm like that. And whenever I get an opportunity, but I don't want to do it, nobody can change my mind. Something like that. And then make an example. Recently something came up and that's it. The question is out of the way. You have answered in a perfect way. I know some people might say that, no, it doesn't work this way and you should speak naturally. Yes, if your English level is good, just speak naturally, the way that you answer a question. But for the students who are practicing, I think this is the best method, okay? So use it. Then, for a question like this, what do you think it takes to be a good parent? What do you think it takes to be a good parent? You see, it's something that's not generally about you. It's about your idea, but it's not about you. It's not like about your family like this one. This looks like something like a task 3 question, okay? So for task 3, the structures are even more useful. Say something in general again. For this one, say something in general. What do you think it takes to be a good parent? Something like, there are many characteristics that a good parent should possess. You can say something like that, okay? In order to be a good parent, something like, again here, in order to be a good parent, one requires to have a set of positive characteristics that are accepted in this certain society, something like that. Then, introduce the specific characteristics. Give the specific characteristics. Okay? Here, remember, you are not required to talk like a scientist and say everything. Like choose 2 characteristics. Choose 2 characteristics. Mention, explain why. Mention, explain why. So you want to say, like, what does it take to be a good parent? Patience. So after you said something general, like one must possess different characteristics in order to be considered a good parent, the first characteristic and the most important one, I believe, is patience. The parent should have patience. Why? Why do you think the parent should have patience? Explain. Children can sometimes be overwhelming and can put a lot of pressure on parents. So if parents were impatient, they wouldn't be able to manage their life or manage their children's life, something like that. Then make an example. Okay, if you have time and you haven't talked too much, go back, second reason, second explanation, second example. I usually tell my students to do like this. Give the first idea, explain it, just go with an example, then go with the second idea, just explain it. Don't give an example. This usually fills up the time that you have to talk. I hope this part was useful for you. Let's continue. Now you have to listen to an audio file. If you are watching this video on laptop, PC, or another device like a tablet, and your phone is free, you can scan this, go and listen to file 31B, like the name of the file is there, it's on the top, you can see it, it's on my Google Drive. No, if you are on phone and you're watching at the same time, just stop the video and go to the link in the captions, listen to the audio, okay, please. It's like a class. I want you to listen and then come back. Listen to the audio because I can't play it here due to the copyright. So I have uploaded it on my Google Drive. Listen to the audio file, then come back and let's analyze it. So I took a break, but I don't think I'll cut it out. Let me just drink some water, then I'll continue. Okay, so I don't really know that I will cut that part out or not. Anyway, so this is the script of the audio file, okay? And in this script, the student answers these questions. And I have highlighted some words. Let's just quickly go through these words and then continue our lesson. Anyway, the first thing that he says, the student says, well, my immediate family is relatively small. Is relatively small. Relatively, we studied last session. When something is relatively, it is quite good, bad, or in comparison with something else. Relatively means when you compare something with something else, you can use the word relatively. Look at the examples. He's a relatively good squash player. It means compared with other squash players, he's good. That's meaning of relatively. And then the next one says, these people are living on relatively low incomes. Relatively low incomes. It means their income is less compared to the other people. That's it. These beautiful old towns have remained relatively untouched by tourism. Relatively untouched. They are not completely untouched, but compared to other places that have been affected by tourism, these people have remained untouched. That's what we can say. The second thing is pretty chaotic. Look at this word, chaotic. Chaotic. Why am I pronouncing it the? It is t. You see this sign under this T and I or E sound here? It's like a t that is pronounced in something between t and d, chaotic. Anyway, what is the meaning of chaotic? In a state of chaos, confusing, puzzling, disorganized. That's the meaning of chaotic. Okay, look at this. Let's first look at the sentence to see what it means in chaotic. I have 25 cousins. Our family gatherings are pretty chaotic but fun. It means everybody's running around. There's a lot of noise and we don't know what we're doing in our family gatherings. This student means, of course. That's meaning of chaotic. The house is a bit chaotic at the moment. We have got all these extra people staying and we are still decorating. So when the person says the house is chaotic, it means there's a lot of chaos going on. There is a lot of disorganization and noise and it's chaotic. This is my bedroom and workspace. And now I look at it, it's really chaotic. You don't see it, it's really, really chaotic. So then we get this example. He's a chaotic sort of a person, always trying to do 20 things at once, making himself busy with different things. Then we continue here and we are a very close-knit family. What is the meaning of close-knit? A very close-knit family, close-knit. It's not just for families. It could also be used for all forms of groups. When groups or family members are close-knit, it means they support each other so much. They are devoted, they are familiar to each other, and they always support each other. Look at this one. In our model, this field refers to a set of families that comprise a close-knit social network. A close-knit social network, it means they always support each other. The next one says, those living in the former mining village frequently describe close-knit friendships dating back many years. Okay? close-knit friendships, like friendships that were always supportive. That's it. The next word is ties, like family ties. Ties are like connections, the friendly feelings that people have for other people, or special connections with places. That's ties. Connections, link, and friendship. That's the meaning of, or those are the meanings of ties. Look at this one. I have used it in the way of family ties. Family ties are weaker if you move a long way away. That's one thing. What is family tie? The connection that you have with your family. So it's a good, what should we say, compound noun that you can use. I no longer feel any ties with my hometown. Or this one, Democrats have always had close ties to the entertainment industry. That's have close tie to. It means like they have been connected with. Then the next one is resolve conflicts. Resolve conflicts, it means to solve or end problems, difficulties, or disagreements. The word resolve means to solve something, to end something, try to find a way for something. And the word conflict itself means like a disagreement, difficulty, a problem, something like a fight, an opposition between two people or two things. Look at this one. The couple resolved their conflicts and made an effort to get along. Okay? Like resolve their conflicts means like they fixed their problems. Then it says, the president is predisposed towards negotiation and favors a peaceful way of resolving the crisis. Resolving the crisis, what is crisis? Crisis is a very difficult condition that everything is in chaotic order, not order, chaotic disorder. That's crisis, a problem, okay? And the president is predisposed towards that. It means like he has already made his mind about it, okay? Then the last one is fair. What is fair? Let me just check it. Of course I know, but I want to see it in sentence. How it is used here. Both of my parents played a very active role in our school life and our home life, and they taught us to resolve our conflicts in a very fair way. When something is fair, it is satisfactory. It is decent and reasonable. Like it's something satisfactory. It satisfies you and it satisfies me. Like you do something for me and I pay this amount. You say, okay, yeah, it's fair. I spent 1 hour. I got $100. It's okay. If something like, for example, if you're watching this video, you're enjoying it, but you haven't subscribed or you haven't liked it, you haven't commented on it, it's not fair. It's unfair. Okay. It's fair if you like it, comment, and like support. Anyway, let's continue. Let's not get off the track. If something is fair, it is reasonable and is what you expect or deserve. Look at this one. Like somebody tells you to do the cleaning at home. You say, why should I have to do all the cleaning? It's not fair. Okay? I thought it was a fair price that she was offering. A fair price. It means like, okay, for that object, it was good. Then we continue to the next part. Maternal grandmother. We had it there, and I will just explain it. There are two words that I want you to learn. Maternal and paternal. Maternal, related to the mother's side of the family. Paternal, related to the father's side of the family. Okay? You can use it to speak about different members of your extended family. Or you can use it to speak about something that is related to fathers or mothers. Okay? But in countries like Iran, where there are different words for your father's brother and your mother's brother. Like in English, we call both of them uncle. Okay, but in Iran, in Persian, like one of them is called da'i, like from the mother's side, and from the father's side, it's called amu. So they're different words. How should we differentiate them? If in your culture, I don't know which country you're watching from, in your culture, if there are two words that are different for your father's brother and your mother's brother, you can separate them using maternal and paternal. Your maternal uncle is your mother's brother. Your paternal uncle is your father's brother. Okay, that's it. Look at this one. Alice's maternal grandmother will be 90 next year. Maternal grandmother, like mother's mother. Let me just see. My paternal grandparents were Irish. Paternal grandparents, it means my father's parents. Like that. That's all. Then we continue to the next one. Striking, I think I told you the meaning of striking. Striking is like astonishing, compelling, conspicuous, and eye-catching and obvious. I use the word obvious, something that's clear and obvious. That's a striking. It's in the eye, you see it. Their production of, look at this one. Their production of Macbeth was the most visually striking performance I've ever seen. Simple. And then the next one goes like this. There are striking similarities between the two cases. Striking similarities means you can easily see those similarities. And she bears a striking resemblance to her mother. Striking resemblance, like I said it. Striking resemblance is like looking like each other a lot. I want to explain the word bear a resemblance. Learn this one. Bear a resemblance. Okay? What's meaning of bear a resemblance? It means to look like each other. It's an expression, extra expression that you can learn. Then we can continue to the next word, sadly. It's very useful, unhappily, wistfully, in an unhappy way, but this is the best synonym for this one. Unfortunately. You see, sometimes you say something and you want to say, okay, unfortunately, it's not like that. You can use sadly, okay? It's more conversational than in written form. Sadly, the treatment doesn't work for all patients. Like you say, okay, this is a good treatment, it is modern, and we have tried it on different people, but sadly, the treatment doesn't work for all the patients. You can also use it inside a sentence as an adverb. If you think she lets you do that, you're sadly mistaken. It means you're unfortunately wrong. The next one, get to do. I want to explain this one. It's really interesting. Look at this one. The person says, I never get to meet her. I never get to meet her because she died before I was born. I never got to meet her, sorry. What is the meaning of get to do something? I have explained it here for you. When you say get to do something, it means to have an opportunity to do something. To have an opportunity or chance to do something. Look at this one. I never get to see her. I never get to see her now that she's moved to California. Like, I have no chance of seeing her. I have no opportunity of seeing her. Like, this platform, YouTube, has given me the chance to make these videos. So I can say on this platform, I get to teach what I want to the people I like. Okay, that's what we can say, get to do something. And then the next one says, I'd like to get to know you better. Could we have dinner sometime? Get to know you better. It means like have an opportunity to know you better. That was really important word. The next word is temperament. What's the meaning of temperament? Temperament is a very useful word, but simple. Like mood, attitude, ego, nature. Like ego is not a very good synonym for this one. Mood and attitude are the best ones. That's temperament. You see, like you're angry in the morning, you drink your coffee, and then you calm down a little bit. That's your temperament. Look at this one. Their temperaments are very different. Like sometimes couples have different temperaments. A poor fit, let me just read this one. A poor fit between the child's temperament and the environment culminates in insecure or disorganized attachment. I think I need to analyze this sentence for you. A poor fit, like a match between the child's temperament and the environment. Child's temperament. For example, that the child is a curious child, but the environment doesn't let the child to, what should we say, establish and work on this curiosity. So it culminates in insecure and disorganized attachment. It leads to like insecure and disorganized attachment. Okay, the person is insecure or disorganized to the relationship that makes with that environment. Okay, anyway. Then we can continue to the next one. Stubborn. It's an adjective that we can use to talk about people. The stubborn people are inflexible, are relentless. They are opposed to change or suggestion. Like you tell them that, okay, this is good for you. Just do it. It will help you. Just visit the doctor. They say, no, I don't want to do it. And like they harm themselves by that. Sometimes, of course. Sometimes being stubborn is good. Sometimes being stubborn is bad. But generally, stubborn is a negative property that one might have. So, he's sick, but he's too stubborn to see a doctor. Okay, you see, this was the example that I made. He was famed for his stubborn resistance and his refusal to accept defeat. You see, in this one, it's positive. He was famed for his stubborn resistance. Like he was famous because he was stubborn in resisting against something, and his refusal of accept defeat. Like he never accepted defeat. He never accepted that he lost the game. Okay, that's a stubborn. And the last word is inherit. It's very simple. It's the word related to families. Like somebody dies, like a father, mother, grandparents, and the children get all the money that the person has, like acquire, obtain, but in just a specific sense, or receive. This is the next one. Who will inherit the house when he dies? It's very simple. Who will get the house after the person dies? He inherited the family business, but he had little interest in it and soon sold it. Something that sometimes happens with the family businesses. Okay, only the last paragraph to go. The last paragraph only has 2 sections. One of them is the right instinct. I explained the word instinct. It's like the tendency, intuition, impulse. Like, let's read the definition. These are synonyms. The way people or animals naturally react or behave without having to think or learn about it. I told you, you don't think about it. It's something that naturally tells you. Like your maternal instinct. If you are a female, your paternal instinct. If you are a father. Anyway. All his instincts, all his instincts told him to stay near the car and wait for help. Like something happened and like you had an accident and your instinct tells you, okay, don't go, just stay here. Sometimes maybe your instinct tells you just run away, okay, to flee. It is instinct that tells the birds when to begin their migration. Like the birds don't have a plan for their migration. There's something like a natural force that tells them to start migrating. That's all. That's all I wanted to mention with this example. Anyway, it takes a great deal of something. Takes a great deal of. I wanted to teach this one. A great deal of. A large amount of. A great deal of my time is spent preparing students for exams. It's very simple. Yeah? A great deal of effort has gone into making the software reliable. A great deal of effort has gone into making the software reliable. It means they have spent a lot of effort. They have put, a lot of effort on it. Let's see it in the text. I think it takes a great deal of patience and love. I think she was talking about being a parent. So it takes a great deal of patience and love. It's like you need to have a lot of patience and love. So part 3.2 is also finished. I think most of the things that we had here are now finished. The last part says listen again and find the words that match these definitions. You have these definitions, do it yourself. Stop the video, do it yourself, then come here. I'll tell you the answers. These are the answers. The word close-knit is synonym with, the word close-knit is similar with caring and supportive. Okay, let me also have this. Caring and supportive is a synonym with close-knit. The emotional connection between people or places is ties. Then we have this one here. When we say something is similar, it is alike. Your nature or your character is your temperament. Somebody who is determined to an unreasonable degree, that person is stubborn. And handed down through family is inherited. That's all. There's nothing else. You can just see it, check it. I hope you did it yourself and then checked it. And then I think it is finished. It just goes to this part. Now now practice answering the questions fully. Record your answer. Okay. I gave you like structures, for each of the questions. So the best to do here is to do as the book says. Prepare, practice, then you record yourself, listen to yourself, okay? The first thing that you should follow is the order that you answer the questions. Like the order should be correct. Like follow the structure that I gave you. Then check your grammar, okay? Check the sentences that you have used and check to see if you can spot any grammar mistakes. Sometimes because you have made the grammar mistake yourself, it will be difficult for you to spot it. And think about your word choices. Just think, okay, I have used this word. Could I use something else that could be one of the words that we have studied in one of these units? Okay, and then try it again. Thank you. It's finished. Just don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all. Thank you for watching the video. I hope the video was useful. And just if you haven't subscribed and if you haven't liked the video, please subscribe and like. It means a lot to me. And try to watch the next episode. And if you need it, you can also watch the previous episodes. See you in episode 4. Thank you. Goodbye.